Dear friends and viewer, again from the medieval romances today, another beautiful tale, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. This is, it has no such author, it is anonymous. So Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, during the New Year Eve festival at King Arthur's court, a strange figure referred to only as the Green Knight pays the court an unexpected visit. He challenged the group leader or any other brave representative to a game. The Green Knight says that he will allow whomever accept the challenge to strike him with his own axe, on the condition that the challenger find him in exactly 1 year to receive a blow in return. Stunned, Arthur hesitates to respond, but when the Green Knight mocks Arthur's silence, the king steps forward to take the challenge. As soon as the Arthur grips the Green Knight axe, Sir Gawain leaps up and asks to take the challenge himself. He takes hold of the axe and in one deadly blow cut off the knight's head. To the amazement of the court, the now headless, without head Green Knight picks up his severed head before riding away. The head reiterates the terms of the pact, reminding the young Gawain to seek him in a year and a day in a green chapel. After the Green Knight leaves, the company goes back to its festival, but Gawain is uneasy. Time passes and the autumn arrives. On the day of All Saints, Gawain prepared to leave Camelot and find the Green Knight. He puts on his best armor, mounts his horse, Gringlot, and start off toward North Wales. Traveling through the wilderness of the northwest Britain, Gawain encountered all sorts of beasts, suffer from hunger and cold, grows more desperate as the day passes. On Christmas Day, he prays to find a place to hear Mass, then looks up to see a castle shimmering in the distance. The lord of the castle welcomes Gawain warmly, introducing him to his lady and to the old woman who sits beside her. For sport, the host, whose name is later revealed to be Bertie Luck, strikes a deal with Gawain. The host will go on out hunting with his man every day, and when he returns in the evening, he will exchange his winning for anything Gawain has managed to acquire by staying behind the castle. Gawain happily agrees to the pact and goes to bed. So what happened after the first day? The Lord hunts a herd of does, while Sir Gawain sleeps late in his bedchamber. On the morning on the first day, the Lord's wife sneaks into Gawain's chambers and attempts to seduce him. Gawain puts her off, but before she leaves, she steals one kiss from him. That evening, when the host gives Gawain the venison he has captured, Gawain kisses him. Since he has won one kiss from the lady, the second day the Lord hunts a wild boar. The lady again enters Gawain's bedchamber, and this time she kisses Gawain twice. That evening, Gawain gives the host of 2 kisses in exchange of the boar's head. The third day, the Lord hunts a fox, and the lady kisses Gawain 3 times. She also asks him for a love token, such as a ring or a glove. Gawain refuses to give her anything and refuses to take anything from her until the lady mentions her girdle. The green silk girdle she wears around her waist is no ordinary piece of cloth. the lady claims, but possesses the magical ability to protect the person who wears it from death. Intrigue, Gawain accepts the cloth, but when it comes time to exchange his winning with the host, Gawain gives the 3 kisses, but not mention the lady green girdle. The host gives Gawain the fox skin he wore that day, and they all go to bedchamber. But weighed down with the fact that Gawain must leave for the Green Chapel the following morning to find the Green Knight. When on New Year's Day arrives, Gawain dons his armor, including the girdle, then set off with Gringlot to seek the Green Knight. A guide accompanies him out of the estate ground. When they reach the border of the forest, the guide promises not to tell anyone if Gawain decides to give up the quest. Gawain refuses, determined to meet his fate head on. Eventually, he comes to a kind of crevice in a rock visible through the tall grasses. He hears the whirring of the grindstone, confirming his suspicion that this strange cavern is in fact the Green Chapel. Gawain presents his neck to the Green Knight, who proceeds to feint 2 blows. On the 3rd feint, the Green Knight nicks Gawain's neck, barely drawing blood. Angered, Gawain shouts that their contract has been met, but the Green Knight merely laughs. The Green Knight reveals his name, Bertilock, and explains that he is the lord of the castle where Gawain recently stayed. Because Gawain did not honestly exchange all of his winning on the 3rd day, Bertilock drew blood on his 3rd blow. Nevertheless, Gawain has proven himself a worthy knight without equal in all the land. When Gawain questioned Bertilock further, Bertilock explained that the old woman at the castle is really Morgan Le Fay, Gawain's aunt and give Arthur's half-sister. She sent the Green Knight on his original errand and used her magic to change the Bertilock's appearance. Believed to be alive, but extremely guilty about his sinful failure to tell the whole truth, Gawain wears the girdle on his arm as a reminder of his own failure. He returned to Arthur's court, where all the knights joined Gawain, wearing girdles on their arm to show their support. So this is the story of the Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, the tale of chivalries and war and the quest for adventure. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, and the story from the medieval. So character involved in this, the Green Knight. Sir Gawain, this is the story's protagonist, Arthur's nephew and one his most loyal knight. Although he modestly disclaimed it, Gawain has the reputation of being a great knight and courtly lover. He prides himself on his observance of the 5 points of chivalry in every aspect of his life. Gawain is a pinnacle of humility, piety, integrity, loyalty, and honesty. His only flaw proves to be that he loves his own life so much that he will lie in order to protect himself. Gawain leaves the Green Chapel penitent and changed. Green Knight, also known as the Bertilock, so mysterious visitor to Camelot. The Green Knight, huge stature, wild appearance, green complexion set him apart from the beardless knight and beautiful ladies of Arthur's Camelot. He is an ambiguous figure. He says that he comes in friendship, not wanting to fight, but the friendly game he proposed is quite deadly. He attaches great importance to verbal contracts, expecting Sir Gawain to go to great length to hold up his end of their bargain. The Green Knight shows himself to be a supernatural being when he picks up his own severed head and rides out of Arthur's court, still speaking. At the same time, he seemed to symbolize the natural world. Another character is Bertiloc of Hot Desert, sturdy, good-natured lord of castle where Gawain spent Christmas. He only learned Bertiloc's name at the end of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. The poem associates Bertiloc with the natural world. His beard resembles a beaver, his face a fire. Bertiloc's wife attempt to seduce Gawain on a daily basis during his stay at the castle, though the poem presents her to the reader as no more than a beautiful woman. Bertiloc's wife is an amazingly clever debater and astute reader of Gawain's responses as she argues her way through 3 attempted seduction. Flirtatious and intelligent, Bertiloc's wife ultimately turned out to be another pawn in Morgan Le Fay's plot. King Arthur, the king of Camelot, and Sir Gawain, the Green Knight. Arthur is a young and beardless, and his court is in its golden age. Arthur's refusal to eat until he hears a fantastic tale shows the petulance of youth, as does Arthur's initial stunned response to the Green Knight challenge. Morgan Le Fay, Arthurian tragedian topical Morgan as a powerful sorcerer, trained by Merlin as well as half-sister. Queen Guinevere, Arthur's wife, Queen Guinevere, a young Guinevere of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, seem to have little in common with one of later Arthurian legend. She sits next to Gawain at the New Year feast and remains a silent, objectified in the midst of night and round table. Gringeloit, Gawain's horse. So these, the Sir Arthur and the Green Knight, this is the tale of chivalry, knighthood, the tale of bravery in the Middle Age. From this, I have selected from this important book of medieval romances. Thank you very much for the patient listening.